Over in the pages of Marvel Comics' current Avengers title, the series is off to a fascinating start, as long-standing Avengers villain Kang the Conqueror recently needed to resort to asking the Avengers for help. Kang was recently severely injured by Murden and the mysterious Twilight Court, and he sought to warn Earth's mightiest heroes about the upcoming tribulation events. The first of the tribulation events was realized in the last issue of Avengers, as the brand new biblically themed villains, the Ashen Combine, have just debuted over at Marvel. My name is Arako Braddock, and today, let's go ahead and take a look over at Avengers issue 4 to see how our heroes are faring up against the Ashen Combine. But before we get deeper into the video, I want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button over on our video. Battle is joined as the Avengers race to combat the Ashen Combine, but with Lord Ennui, the Citysmith, Idol Alabaster, the Dead, and the Meridian Diadem scattered across the planet, each with their own city for prey, have the Avengers spread themselves too thin. United, the Avengers stand, but divided, Avengers issue 4 is written over from Jed MacKay, featuring art from CF Via, colors from Federico Blee, letters from VC's Cory Petit, and we have a cover of the series coming in directly from artist Stuart Immonen. Here's a look at Stuart Immonen's epic cover, showing off the Ashen Combine facing off against Iron Man here. We specifically get a look over at the character of Citysmith over on this cover. I want to extend a very fast thank you to Adventures in Poor Taste and spend a few moments here looking over some of the artwork coming in from CF Via over on the series here. We've covered this extensively in some of our previous Avengers reviews, but really appreciate the fact that the long-standing creative team of Jed MacKay and CF Via over from Black Cat is still united over on this Avengers title. Watching all of the precision that Via lends to some of the backgrounds, architecture, and page designs is just absolutely enthralling over in the series. This particular page we have up on the screen is one of my favorite plot threads over for this issue, as we get to see Black Panther and Captain America infiltrating the Impossible City, which looks to be the base over on the Ashen Combine. Frankly, I wish we got to see just a few more of these moments, because I really found that towards the end of this issue, I don't think this plot thread was really advanced very far, especially considering that it was the cliffhanger over in the previous installment. However, I really think that artist CF Via lends a really interesting sense of design when he illustrates the new Black Panther outfit and captures just great interpersonal pieces of acting between Sam Wilson actively looking like he's on a phone call while he's kind of flying through over with his wings in the issue. And I want to go ahead and show off the individual matchups over between the characters across this series. In this page that we have up on the screen, you can take a look at Thor battling the Idol Alabaster over in the Vatican City. I found it was really intriguing watching Thor go up against this Idol Alabaster, who carries such a big presence across this issue. Sadly, we already got this sequence in the previous issue of the series, and I didn't find that there was much to attach to in regards to the battle. Thankfully, with some of the art from CF Via, the page designs of the issue look absolutely wonderful here. This page that we have up on the screen features 3 panels composed in really interesting shapes that tell the story in a fascinating way that really immerses me as a reader a little bit deeper into the narrative here. Also love some of the smaller panels that CF Via intersperses over on pages like this in the issue as well. Elsewhere in the series, we also got to see the Scarlet Witch go up against the Dead over in Sydney. While there were definitely some interesting plot implications here, especially given that Wanda is such like a magic-oriented character, I still found that I was looking for a little bit more to sink my teeth into. And even though it looks like Wanda is getting a little bit overpowered by the Dead in this chapter, I have a feeling that with some of the combined efforts over with the Avengers, that this foe will be dispatched in no time. Elsewhere, we got to see Iron Man battle against Citysmith over in Toronto. And again, while there were some endearing moments in this chapter and also some really gorgeous artwork over from CF Via, I'm looking for some of the additional plot threads in this series that were teased to kind of make their way to the surface of the issue. I'm remembering some of the characters over for the timeless one shot, like Murden and the Twilight Court. I would really like to see them reintroduced back to this series in some big kind of core way. Also, would love to see more of the additional Tribulation events and for this Avengers run to utilize more of a kind of core plot point. One of the things about this issue that I was really looking for is some of the interpersonal characterization that we saw in the debut and Avengers 2 as well. There's some good moments with Black Panther and Captain America, but at the end of the day, I just think in terms of this issue, I'm just left wanting a little bit more. However, there's some really fantastic dialogue between some of these characters. I'm interested in the scenario between all of the Ashen Combine. So at the end of the day here, I'm definitely a little bit mixed over on this Avengers issue. While there's some fascinating elements to be had between the battles all across the world of the Avengers and the Ashen Combine, I was still looking for a little bit more in terms of what Marvel had to offer. Moving forward in future issues, I definitely want to see Jed MacKay and Marvel's editorial return to some of those plot beats over from the timeless one-shot, especially to explore the next moves over with Murden and the Twilight Court. I'm so interested to see Kang awaken from his coma and introduce the next plot elements of the series. I want to know from you, what are some of your thoughts over on Avengers issue 4, and what are some of your initial feelings over with the Ashen Combine? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for coming to check out our video review over on Avengers 4. And we'll be back to cover future Avengers issues and the Ashen Combine in the very near future. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.